all. Tuesday evening. Getting a little bit of a early start so far in this week. So just doing a little bit more work on the space here tonight. I got another layer of spackle down. This is essentially just the base, and then I'll build the groundwork on top of this. Have a few rocks in here and stuff like this. So it's essentially going to be very, very simple. This is a desert vehicle, so this is just going to be essentially a sand base. So it's going to be a very simple base. So shouldn't take me that long to do it. Famous last words, but as I mentioned at the end of last week, the Piranha itself is done now. I don't think there's anything else I need to do to that. So I'm just going to continue on with that base, and hopefully if I can get that done before Friday, I'll get back onto the Ferrari and see about what I can do to get that one done and off the bench. Afternoon, guys. Saturday afternoon. Another slow week so far. It's a nice afternoon here today for a change, so I won't be here very long this afternoon. I'm probably going to go out for a short little hike or something somewhere. But I'll just show you what I have gotten done so far this week. Got the headlight covers on the Ferrari. Got the tank and seat and stuff attached to the frame of the Kawasaki. Just working on a few bits and bobs here. I'll probably do a bit of painting on this later on tonight. Starting on the radiator. And of course, working through getting the base for the Piranha done. I should be able to get that finished probably later tonight. So you may see the final video for that before this video, or if not, shortly after. Since I don't have a whole lot of building to show, I will... Charlie Mack asked a very good question in one of his videos this week, talking about scratch building versus 3D printing. In his last video he mentioned that most of the people in his comments were in agreement with him. I somewhat disagreed, really. Maybe I was the only one, I don't know. But anyways, I just decided to carry on with the conversation here. So I agree, when somebody mentions scratch building, the first thing comes to your mind is cutting and shaping and measuring plastic or wood or whatever you're using. But I think we can all agree that if you buy a model kit and you build it, that's not scratch building. Likewise, if you buy a 3D digital model and you 3D print it, that as well is not scratch building. But let's say, just keep it simple, let's say you're going to build a box. You can't buy a model kit of this box, so you decide you're going to build it yourself. So you get out your styrene and your ruler and your straight edge and your knife, and you're going through, you're making the parts, measuring, cutting, fitting. At the end, you get all your parts built, you get all your parts made, put it together, paint it, you scratch build the box. Again, I don't think there's any argument that that's scratch building. However, if I want to make that same box and I decide I'm going to 3D print it, I still have to go inside the computer, start a new file, you're essentially doing your measuring and your cutting and everything inside the computer digitally rather than doing it physically. And then you print out those parts, put it together to make your box. You've still built that box from scratch. Whether you did your measuring and cutting in the computer or physically on a piece of styrene or a piece of wood, to me, it doesn't really make a difference. You still created something essentially from nothing. Whether your media is plastic and wood, or it's a computer and resin, or a computer and filament, you've still made it from nothing. So whether scratch build is the correct term or not, I don't really see any difference in starting from scratch with styrene or starting from scratch with your computer. Either way, to me, you still built something from scratch. So that was what I meant, Charlie, when I, like I said, I somewhat disagree with saying that 3D printing is not scratch building. Yeah, I guess you could say your terminology may not be 100% correct, but to me, there's no difference. Well, it's different, but to me, like I said, you're still creating something from nothing. You're essentially making something from scratch. Whether that's starting with plastic or starting with digital media, I see it as being roundabouts the same. So it'd be interesting to hear your guys if you have any comments about that. Whether you agree or somewhat agree, or you think I'm completely full of it. Either way, it'd be interesting to hear what you had to say. So, anyways, like I said, guys, I'm going to do a little bit here this afternoon. I'll probably end up heading out and drop back down here tonight. And probably my next clip that comes up here will probably be it for this week. So be back in a bit. Okay, guys, so Saturday evening, so I'm going to end this week's video here. I'll probably get a little bit more done tonight, but this will be the last segment in the video, so you can see that I'm getting ready to do the last bit of photo etch for the Ferrari. I've also finally glued the arm on the figure. I'm not going to be able to get the arm to... At first I wanted it to sit on the steering wheel. That's not possible with this model because it's a hard top. Really, this figure is really built for an open top car, convertible, target top, something like that. But I'm not able to get her to actually fit inside the car. She's too tall. So basically the pose is going to kind of be, she's kind of in motion, I guess you could say, with about to lay her hand on the door, is how it will look in the end once the door goes on. This door here. So a couple of pieces of photo etch to go on those doors, and then I can put those on, and then the Ferrari will be done. It's just those doors, just a little bit of photo etch, and I have to remember to put the mirrors on. And there was a piece that came off quite a while back. I don't see it now, but there's a front, like a front air dam that came off when I was trying to put the body on, that I need to put back on if I can find it. So yeah, like I said, guys, I'll end the video here. I did finish up the Piranha. I'll put that video up tonight, so you will actually see that video before you see this video. And I think I'm going to try to get the Ferrari done before I bring anything else to the bench. And I think I'm leaning towards this kit on the bench next. And I also want to bring the Stug over, and I promised myself I would get that finished this year, so I really need to put some time in on that. So anyways guys, that's going to be it. Enough babbling and rambling on. As always, thanks for watching, and hope you have a good week, and hope you stay tuned for next week's update.